Hi everybody and welcome to a rather cool episode of Andy Robinson RC today, and we are unboxing the brand new Tamiya Ford Escort Mark II Rally. So this has been quite eagerly anticipated, and there's quite a few that pre-ordered this kit, and luckily mine arrived this morning, which I was rather excited about because I only pre-ordered it last week, so they've only just come in and they got it out straight away. Now my kit came from Make It Build It, which is an online store, and the reason I chose it from Make It Build It is because I had an option to pay in three payments. So I think the car worked out at about £170, about that, £175, and then it was split up, I think, to about three payments of £58. One payment that you pay straight away, and then the other two are every 30 days. So yes, you could probably pick this up maybe 10, 15, £20 cheaper, maybe from a different hobby store, but this one worked out well for me. I will put the link in where you can get this from, although I think now all the pre-orders are taken, and I think next time Make It Build It will get this in is probably March, April. Don't quote me though. Okay, so this has been released on kit 58657, and I'll double check. Nope. 58687, almost right. So yeah, that's kit 58687. Terrible with numbers. So this is quite a new release, and I'm looking forward to this. This is on the Tamiya MF01X chassis, which I can never say either. So yeah, I've not had one of these chassis before. The other releases are the Mercedes G-Wagon Cabriolet, and they did the Suzuki Jimny and the Volkswagen Beetle Rally. That also shares the same chassis, though they are different wheelbases. This is the long wheelbase, and you can do it in short, medium, and obviously long, but this is the longest one. Okay, so a little bit about the Escort. So the iconic Escort was manufactured between 1968 and 2004 by Ford Europe. The Mark II was produced from 1975 to 1980. A front engine, rear wheel drive car with a classic boxy body. The RS 1800 was fitted with a high performance double overhead cam 4-cylinder engine and became the base for a successful works rally car that secured the manufacturers and drivers championship in 1979. So this is quite an iconic rally car as well. I've always liked the Ford Escorts that Tamiya made, but I must admit I'm glad they brought this one out because I do prefer the stylings of the Mark I and the Mark II over the later Escorts. So that's cool. Okay, so we're going to delve in a bit deeper and let's see what you get. Okay, now I do know that with this you do get a torque-tuned motor and a ESC. I think it's still the TBL02S that comes with it. I think the newer one isn't quite due out in the kits just yet. Anyway, let's get this box open. Okay, put the lid down there. So just tip it up so you can see that's how it comes presented in the box. So right, so yeah, you've got your ESC TBL02S brushless speedo, which is good because on the box it says it doesn't come with one, but the sticker says it does. Okay, now I already ordered some bearings for this in advance because it's always better to build the kits up with bearings instead of the plastic bushings. So I ordered some of these. I think these were from RC Bearings. I'll double check, but link in the description. Right, okay, so we've got the first tree. This is the H tree, and this has the light buckets and front pod lights and wing mirrors to be attached to the body shell. And here is the really cool bit. There's the body shell itself. So we'll take it out of the plastic. And we'll get rid of that because we don't want that. And there you go. That is the Mark II Ford Escort rally body, and it's comes pre-painted, which I like. I'm always mixed about these. I do like it to a degree because one, I'm not the world's best spray painter, and all the windows have been nicely masked out. But the thing is, I do like to be able to choose my own colours. Now, I'm maybe not gone with the white if I'd bought it and it had a clear body. I don't know. But I do like that option. But saying that though, if you're not particularly good with the body shells, then it has been sprayed for you. It even put the smoke windows in for you as well. You can see that, so you have got the smoke windows done as well, which is good. I'm a big fan of that. It's still got its clear wrapping on, so that'll come off later. Now, a little bit of a confession. It doesn't come cut out like that. Before I started filming, I did have a look at what was in the box, and I did ask my fab wife, she's got a much steadier hand than me, to cut out the rest of the shell. Now all you've got to do is you've got to literally trim around the shell. The wheel arches are pre-cut, so you just trim the line around the bottom, and that's pretty much all you have to do trimming wise. But there you go, it does look absolutely brilliant. Really like that body shell, so that's great. Okay, so then we're going to move on. You've got the M chassis rally block tyres. I think you can find these on the what's it now, the Citroen 2CV Sand Rally, and I'm guessing as well that they're also on the Volkswagen Beetle. Okay, so we'll this is a big bag, so this is going to have all the plastic parts in. So we'll have a quick look at these. Move that to the side. Okay, so we've got the which tree is this? I've got to look now, can't see. Can't see the bloody tree number on it. Anyway, if I find it, I'll tell you. But this is the chassis halves, and the motor mount and the wheel hex is in there, and that's in the grey colour that Tamiya often use these days. Very good. And then this, again, I'm looking for the tree number on it. There we go, that is, so look, this is the C parts, and you've got in there, by the looks of it, bumpers, and the body mount kit, and the plastic friction shocks. Now, I actually thought this came with the oil CVAs, but sadly it doesn't, so I will have to upgrade them. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but still, what I don't get is this kit costs about anything between 155 and 175 quid, and you don't get oil CVAs. But if you're buying the new Fighter Buggy RX Memorial or the Grasshopper Black Edition when it comes out, it's like 70 odd quid cheaper than the Escort kit, and they've got oil shocks. I don't get that. So personally, I think it should have had the CVA oil shocks in this, but it doesn't. It'll get built with these and then probably change it out later. So there you go, that's them. And then what we've got here, this is all in red. So these are the hub carriers on here, and the C hubs and the bearing carriers, and it might even be some of the servo mount, I'm not sure. But that is, again, I'm looking for the parts, tree numbers, F parts by the looks of it. Cool. Okay, and we've got more body part kits there. This is J parts, and these are the lens covers for the light pods. You can see them there, that's good. And I like these as well. They're like the Mini Cooper wheels or mini lights, and these are in a nice blue colour, which will match the box art bodywork. And then we're almost through. There isn't, tons of stuff to the kit. So we've got another bit here. Now this is, I will be able to tell you what part tree this is because I can sort of see it now. He says. I'm lying, obviously. I don't, B parts by the looks of it. Yeah, B parts. Now, off the top of my head, you've got the what looks to be the battery clips, servo saver, servo mount, and here these I think are to extend the chassis from the short to medium to long wheelbase. Because obviously you can have this in different length wheelbases for different body shells that have been released on this kit. Okay, so that's the B parts. And then in here, the weighty bag. Then this is the gears that you can see. You've got the Tamiya torque tube motor and the long prop shaft there. And it's got all the screws and metal parts bags. What else can you see? You can see the, yeah, it's got the A, B, C, I think D parts bags, and you've got all the axle springs, everything in there for it. So that's cool, and more parts of the servo saver that you need. I'm trying to say I don't know what pinion gear this takes yet. I can't see it just by there, but that is all the metal gear that you'll need for this. And then we get on to the instructions. Okay, so this looks to me that this is the MF01X chassis instruction manual. Now, judging by the picture, that was off when they released the Suzuki Jimny. Looking by the wheels on that, or it could have been the Mercedes. But yeah, so that's the instructions. That'll be fairly standard across the range of these chassis. And let's see if there's any amendments in here. It was off the Suzuki Jimny, because there is the picture of it in the back. And let's see if there's any amendment sheets to this. I can't see anything there. Let's have a look. Some more instructions. So there is a supplement sheet, but this is actually for, let's have a look, Ford Escort Mark II Rally body parts set. So obviously got the wheels, tyres, and this tells you how to go about spraying the body, but obviously this, and cutting it, but this is pre-painted. And obviously it starts to go into detail of how to do the decals and fit all the extra body attachments on there. So, but I will have to read the instructions carefully, because on this, with it being a rally edition, they do give you the parts to, you know, give it a higher ground clearance, so it can obviously do a bit of rallying on loose ground and stuff. So I need to watch that when I build this, because we don't want to build it with the too low a ground clearance. Okay, so that is the manual, and then of course the rather nice decals that Tamiya is so good at doing. And there we go. So that is the decals. Hope you can see that all right. There. So not massive amounts, but enough. So you've got all the window edging to do, and you've got the blue striping and the wheel arches to do at the back, and then you've got the grills, lights, number plates, etc. So not loads, but enough. So I'll be employing the soapy water and move and stick method, and probably a hairdryer as well. So yeah, so I actually quite like doing the body shells now with the stickers. I didn't used to. Not sure I'll put every single sticker on. Probably drivers' names I'll keep off, things like that. But yes, very cool, very pleased with that. So that's what you get in the kit. Now I will probably just bring the camera over, and you can have a quick scan at the parts, just in case. But there's you know, there's a fair bit, there's enough to it, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, bearings. Now I did look at getting I did want to buy the alloy motor mount for this as well, and one or two other things, but at the time I was looking to buy these because I wanted them to get in here before the kit did. There's really not much available at the minute, so hopefully that'll change soon. I say I managed to get the bearings, and that'll have to do for now. Anyway, I'm going to get the camera, and we'll just have a closer look at some of the parts for you. So hopefully we'll do this without making a mess. Okay, so you can see there is that rather nice looking at Tamiya body shell. Okay, and you've got the gearbox cases, and you've got the wheels, the bearings, and the ESC with the tyres and the extra body parts at the back for the lighting. And you can put proper LED lights in this as well. And you've got the hub carriers as well, and there in red. And here at the front we've got our metal parts bags, all the metal equipment and the gears for the diffs, etc. And then we've got the parts tree that converts the different lengths of the wheelbase for the car. And here we've got our shocks and battery ends, battery stoppers, and we've got our bumpers and things like that as well. And just in the box there you can see the rather cool Escort decals. So yeah, rather looking forward to building this one up, and hopefully we'll get this on the channel soon, as soon as it's done. Now hopefully I'm going to put this back in sort of the right place now. Fingers crossed. Okay, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed looking at that. We'll try and get this built up as soon as we can, so we can show you the completed finished article, and we'll hopefully give it a run as well. So as I said, I'm going to build it up, put the bearings in. Not sure if I'm going to use all the decals in this. We'll have to see. Now, if as I haven't driven this chassis before, but looking at it, it is very similar to me, a cross between the TL01 touring car chassis, because again, it was a shaft-driven chassis, a bit similar to this with the prop running down the side, and also the MO3. So I think if you sort of combine them together, you sort of get this TL01 MO3 hybrid, and you get the four-wheel drive M chassis. Now, one thing I did want to mention is that obviously Ford Escorts are rear-wheel drive, especially the Mark 1 and the Mark... Oh, nearly. Sorry about that. The camera just slipped. Yes, the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts are rear-wheel drive. Now, we know that this is actually a four-wheel drive kit. So, yeah, it'd have been better if it was rear-wheel drive. But it's not, unfortunately. I don't think it'll affect the fun factor with it at all. I think it'll look cool. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could disconnect the front diff and, you know, drive shafts at the front, so it was rear-wheel drive. The motor's out at the back as well, and that's where it's placed, right at the back of the chassis, which is, again, no biggie. So we'll see how it drives, because it's going to be quite weighty at the back, but the battery's right up at the front as well. I just think that they did release the Volkswagen Beetle Rally. Now, as far as I'm aware, Beetles were also only rear-wheel drive and engine at the back as well. So, and they didn't bother with that, with it being on a four-wheel drive chassis. So I don't think it'll be a big problem with this either. But there you go. Cheers for checking this video out. Hope you enjoy it. We'll get the build to you as soon as we can. If you haven't already and would like to consider checking this channel out for future videos, please consider subscribing, giving us a like and hitting that notification bell. And we will see you on the next video soon. Thank you very much and take care. Bye.